computer.
Miss Winnye, it's nice to see you.
You too. Who is this?
Oh, that is.
Who is this I'm speaking with? Who I'm looking at?
My name is Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Okay, we're going live.
Hi, Nawili. And Fauna.
Great day, girl. How you be?
He's wonderful.
Well, we want to welcome and say Grand Rising, Elizabeth, male and female of Facebook and YouTube and Zoom. We are here in the Zoom room and we have some good conversation for you today about health and we've got some guests here. We are just happy to be here, happy to be alive. And my God, I just want to welcome you. We will be here on Facebook and YouTube until 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, we will switch and only be on Zoom. So if you want to join us, just go right on over to ElizabethVisionaryConference.org and get your ticket, hit the button and get your ticket and come on in. It's free and you can use that same number for the rest of the time. You don't have to register again. So we invite you to come and join us at 9 o'clock. We will remind you and give you your last opportunity to come and join us this morning on Zoom. On Zoom, you'll be able to ask questions and just get into the conversation. Today we have Winnye and we have Deitra on with us, and our host is the wonderful Mama Raziya Curtis. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. We got some wonderful sisters on here and we're just going to have our conversation and go on about the day. Yes, queens.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Deitra.
Oh, good morning. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Good.
Wow.
Good to see you. Good to see that smile.
Good to see you too.
Deitra, you remind me of my let me see, she's like a daughter to me. She's my grandson's mother.
Okay.
Yeah, at Kiki is what we call her. And when I first met you online right here, I said, man, she looked just like Kiki in the future.
Okay. Oh, that's neat. That's neat.
Beautiful, which is so beautiful. And it is
Thank
such a lovely eye candy to see Winnye. And
In the house.
we just heard your voice. So it's good to talk to you and actually see you, and how wonderful it is to be 88 and still looking and feeling the way you do. And I know you have a
88
wonderful
and
story.
a half.
And a half.
you.
When is your birthday?
February 21st.
Oh, okay. You just missed being an Aquarian. So you are a
I
Pisces.
didn't miss it.
Are you still Aquarian?
Aquarius Pisces.
Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, at the crossroads.
21.
Yeah. Well, then you're okay then.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm February the 1st, so I'm really drenched into being an Aquarian. My husband is
right.
12th, and he always says that he's more of an Aquarian than I am. I said, you just
Yeah, but I
from
just,
Pisces.
what I do is swim the other way when I don't want to be Aquarius.
Oh my goodness gracious. So it is such a wonderful day today. I woke up this morning and exercised, yoga exercises with Nawili, of which we do it every day at 7:30, from 7:30 to, I'm sorry, from 6:30 to 7:30. And then we get ready for the call. So any of you can join us, just let me know. So I give you the code. And we do it every day. On the weekends, we do it from, I think we said 8. What did we say now, Wheelie and Fauna? 8 to 9, or did we say 8 to 9? I
We
think
said,
8 to
yeah, we
9.
said we're gonna do it at 8 to 9, yes.
8 to 9, right. And she's been such a blessing. She's going to donate whatever. I mean, you can just, there's no certain charge. You can donate, and that donation will go towards Elizabeth, so that we can do some things in the community and help.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Mhm.
whatever. And if you come and you have nothing, don't stop, just come, and join us. And matter of fact, I'll put that number in the chat, and just, yeah, we just gonna soon we're gonna be outdoors. I have this wonderful backyard, not my backyard, but my backyard is cool, but there's a school, an elementary school behind me that has a big lot over by Coleman Young Center.
Yes.
Yes. So we're gonna do some things outside, and yeah, it's
Okay.
just wonderful. Yeah, we have our fearless leader, Raziya, is popped
Um,
on. Morning, Raziya, Grand
Did you
Rising.
get your coffee? She coming back?
Grand Rising, everyone.
Grand Rising.
Oh, but
Great
if you get
day,
your coffee,
great
she going
day.
back to Baltimore?
You don't see her yet.
You don't see her yet? Girl.
No.
You better keep your ass over here. Yeah, I wouldn't be going.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
there you go.
Hi, Winnye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having some challenge with my phone this morning. First of all, I forgot to nurture it and take care of it, so it was left off the hook all night.
Yeah.
And just barely hanging on,
Okay.
Right.
So I'm in another room where I've got it plugged in to
Yes.
make sure we can get through.
Okay.
But
Good.
I'm all ears this morning. Yesterday was a challenging day for us here. We tried to work in the garden,
Okay.
and we are reminded of how different it is 10 years later. Yeah. So Charles was overcome with something he got over to one of the plants, and I guess he was allergic to it. It wasn't poison ivy, but and something. And so we're trying to find out what that is. So we've got to look on the web and different ways
Right.
to see what's happening. But we're working on it. So
Well, I wish you the best with that. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
I took some time yesterday too. I set up a greenhouse for my herbs for my yard. So that was fun. I'm so happy.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Congratulations.
Oh,
This is
thank
the
you.
time. And we definitely are being told that we need to make sure we're planting something to eat.
Yeah, that's
this
right.
summer.
I can't get to it. Right.
Yeah. So I'm glad to see anybody that's doing gardening, and I'm encouraging people to hook up with someone who has a land space, who has a yard, who has a space. And we all don't have it, but it's a good thing. So you can have some lettuce and some green beans and tomatoes and cucumbers and all these things, just walking outside your door or on your porch.
Yes.
Yeah. So if Kroger is closed or Whole Food is closed, you still can eat.
That's true. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
The food that they tell you to, in case of emergencies or something like this, everything is canned. So that would be your saving grace, is to have your own fresh food.
Right.
outside,
Right.
And so isn't there a way for those who live in apartments to still grow the food right in their own home, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
Well, we have that whole indoor gardening movement. And so you begin to look at your sprouts which just
Right.
grow in a jar. If you can live in the atmosphere, they can live,
Yeah.
because they just need water and air
Mm-hmm.
and some light.
Mm-hmm.
And so definitely, and there are 5 different sprouts, which are really available in the metro area, 5 different sprouting seeds and the jars. And so in this climate, sprouts do very well.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have hot days, but we have cool nights. And so it means the sprouts can manage to kind of cool off.
Mm-hmm.
They get overheated because sprouts are kind of like new beings. You know, when a woman is pregnant, she talks about her being hot, you know, and having
Right.
to stay in the cool. Well,
Yes.
sprouts are needing to be rinsed in cold water just to cool them down from their regular activity. They have a higher temperature than a regular plant.
Hmm. So how
Right.
often do you have to do that, to rinse them daily? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
My regimen is I rinse them in the morning. That's what I was doing earlier this morning. That was first thing I did when I got up,
Mhm.
was to rinse the sprouts with cold water. And then you rinse them at night, you know, sometimes after dinner or for dinner, whatever is going to be convenient for you. That's
Mhm.
not the end of the world if you don't rinse them, but what happens is when you miss a rinse, the little fellas are all just clinging together for dear
Yeah.
life. Yeah, all stuck together. And you feel
Right.
so bad. You feel like you've been a bad mama. You didn't do your little bit, but they need that cold water. And I say, you know, I try to say cold water whenever I'm talking. You know, I'm talking about the cold from the faucet.
Yeah.
I had a student that came to me and she was in tears. She said, Miss Raziya, I don't know what happened, but my sprouts didn't make it. And she said, I rinsed them in the morning and I rinsed them at night, like you told me, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, I don't understand though. What else? And we were talking, and some way I found out that she was rinsing them in hot water.
Oh, wow.
Because she was used to, you know, washing dishes and other things where
Right.
you sanitize by using hot water.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, she burned the babies.
Yeah. So they went on to glory.
Sprout
Yeah.
glory.
Yeah.
Glory.
Oh, and she continued, right, and did it correctly.
Yeah. She did it correctly, and she was relieved because she thought she'd done everything right. She had rinsed them, she had put them in the light, she had given them their slanted position, and you know, she did everything, but that hot water,
Right.
a warm water was the mistake. Yeah. So
how many kind of different kinds of sprouts are there?
well, I look at about 10.
Oh, okay.
But the most popular ones, of course, most people know about alfalfa sprouts. And then there's mung bean sprouts. There's red clover. There's broccoli sprouts. So what is that? That's 5. And then we've got the same lentils that you use to make soup, you know, the green lentils, the brown lentils, they sprout beautifully and they sprout very quickly. They are my 2-day sprouts and 3-day.
Yeah.
Mung beans are 2-day, 3-day. Then you have garbanzo beans, the chickpeas. And when my teacher said, yeah, we're going to sprout these, I said, oh no, I don't know, I'm going to be at the back of the class for this one. But they are, because they are so hard, you know.
Right.
But when you soak them and sprout them, they swell, they get about 2 times their size. And they reminded me of macadamia nuts. You can chew right in on them and eat them along, but I can make live hummus out of the sprouted garbanzo bean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And the fun thing about that bean is that it is, you don't let a big sprout grow out, you know, you just
Okay.
have the little point. Once the big sprout comes out, it doesn't taste as good.
Mhm.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you eat them on their
Good to know.
first day ready. Yeah, so I'll stop chatting about sprouts now. Thanks for listening.
No, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. That's good.
You sprouted us into the conversation, and I and I want to thank Winnie for bringing that cup up, because I was fixing
This
tea.
is not a cup, this glass of pineapples, blueberries, and grapes.
Yeah, but just you drinking something, I forgot that I had turned the fire on for my
Oh.
tea.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so
go get
that's why I
that.
dashed out of here because,
We juiced this morning.
oh my goodness.
Oh, geez, that is.
So Raziya, you want to introduce Winnie and get us started with her? Any other conversations?
Well, what I'm gonna do is, I am just so thankful for Winnie and Deidre
Yes,
coming
yes.
to the show today. And I met Winnie. Winnie showed up at one of our dinner meetups. And she's such a gracious lady. And I said, who is that? You know, because you could feel her presence. And then when I got a chance to talk to her and find out her experiences, what she had contributed, and her Motown activities, and how she had been able to be healthy. I always knew that, well, I thought it was quite challenging for people who were in entertainment and the kind of the faster lifestyle to maintain a healthy eating pattern. You know, they were exposed to great tasty foods, but often they were the rich, fancier foods. So for her to be able to maintain this healthy lifestyle and manage a very threatening disease imbalance was just intriguing. And so I said, I've got to get to know this lady, and I'm so pleased that she found her way to Healing Support Network. Now, Deitra has spent, she just loves spending time with Wendy and learning from her. They've become, I usually, when I see one, I see the other. So I would like to ask Deitra to give that special introduction.
Oh, yes.
This great lady, Wendy Brown. We welcome you to the show today, and we appreciate it. So, Deitra,
Okay, I
if you would do that.
can introduce her. Yes, I'm very much excited to introduce her. You know, we've been knowing each other for about
Since
2015. And, you know, she came into my life, you know, just sharing her experiences, you know, especially with Motown. I think I shared this with this group before, but, you know, she shared it with a group of students that I taught at my church, some young people. You know, some of them had never heard of Motown, and some of them didn't know much about it. So it was nice for them to hear about, you know, Diana Ross, and that Winnie, you know, would take care of Diana Ross, you know, on the road and that kind of thing. So
all three of them.
it was very personal. And so then, you know, as I got to know Winnie much better, you know, we really became I became like a daughter to her. And so we would talk about health, you know, and that was our link to each other, was, you know, really trying to be healthy. So that was something that I truly enjoyed, even over the years, even today. You know, I came over to her house, we were juicing, we were talking about being healthy. I mean, that's just our link to each other. So I truly appreciate that in her. But no, Winnye, she wants to share a few things with you all, and I am so pleased to introduce her. Take it over.
Okay, I want to go back a little bit. When I met Deitra, I was at Unity. I was at Unity since Butterworth left, David Williamson came. And actually, I had just lost my daughter in October of 15. So I went to church to have counseling with Pastor Gregory. She was Gregory's assistant, and he introduced me to her, and she started talking to me, and I had just lost my daughter, so it was this nice lady taking me around the church and doing things. So that's how we became close, and also introduced her to her husband. He sat a couple rows in front of me. When they said, take your hand and greet your neighbor, I introduced him. I said, this is my daughter, Deitra, and that's how they met. So and I had just lost my daughter, and I just hung on to her, and that's how we really met at Unity on 2nd. So actually, after that, Pastor Gregory had a stroke, and he couldn't. I did one counseling session with him, and he got sick. So it was, I would talk to Deitra, and I didn't have the counseling. So anyway, I pulled myself together and started moving forward. So that was that part of it when we met. So now what else would you like for me to talk about? Ladies, you wanted me to talk about my diabetes?
Yes.
Okay. Working a lot, eating the wrong foods, and I had a beauty shop, and it was a very popular beauty shop. I had quite a few operators, and
What year was that?
64.
Okay.
64, I opened Celebrity House West. It houses 30 operators, and I had a restaurant upstairs, and Martha Jean the Queen used to come up and eat. They had a very good cook. Anyway, I was eating all the wrong foods, and I fell out in the beauty shop and went to call my doctor. And while I was in the hospital, actually, it come from holding your water, and I developed a urinary infection. So I went, like I said, I ended up in the hospital. And a doctor, after he examined me, he said, you have the makings of tumors. If you don't change your diet, they're gonna develop. So from then on, that was in the 70s. And I started changing my diet. And I cheat some. I weighed about 230 pounds. And I wore jeans, and I had the top button open so my stomach could get out. and big shirts. I got a lot of big shirts back there now. And so as I started convincing myself to eat right, I started losing weight. So now I'm between a 10 and a 12. I buy some 12s because I'm tall, but I can really wear a 10. Yeah.
Miss Winnye,
So
how tall are
anyway,
you?
I started on my 5'6.5". I believe I'm
Okay.
5'7", but the paper said 5'6.5". And I weigh 100 and 68 or 70 pounds. And I wear 10s. My better suits are 12s. You know. So anyway, I started what I call a vegetarian diet, and I would eat turkey and chicken. And then they say eat bacon or something. I tried. I still wasn't convinced that I was. So I would eat things that was not good for me. So anyway, I finally convinced myself. I lost some weight and changed my diet. And I met Dr. Kiefer at Northwest Activity Center. And I got involved in a water station. And she and I became good friends. And she and my daughter were friends too. So actually, I followed her program for a while. And I would go get a colonic every 4 months when the season changed. That's necessary for you to clean your colon out. And I did that until the pandemic started. I would go every 4 months. So actually, I'm gonna call Jesse Brown and see if he's back in action, because I haven't had a colon cleanse in 2 years. So anyway, any questions so far? Hello, Pam? You're looking at me. Do you have any questions?
No, not at the moment, no. But it's sounding really good. Please keep going.
Well,
Okay, so
I
thank you. Question?
have a question. During this time when you found out about the condition of your body, you know, when you
Right.
said you fainted or you fell out in the
Beauty shop.
and so that was your wake up call.
Right.
When you were told this that you had all this, did the doctor tell you that you should change what you were eating or
Oh,
gave-
yes. Yes, he did. He said I had to change my diet if that tumor would develop.
okay, now that was a I just want to say,
Right, I agree.
That was
A
what?
good doctor.
Oh, yeah.
because many of the doctors do not share much with the patient about changing their nutritional patterns. They may talk about being put on a medication or some other thing. So hats off and kudos to that doctor
Mhm.
who was able to support you in that way. But now, how did you react? Did you feel okay about that, or were you mad? Or
Yeah. No, it was a wake up call for me because I had to lose that weight. I told you I was up to 225, and I started losing weight, changing my diet, and cheating at the same time. But I was still losing weight. You know, so it wasn't a contest. It was necessary for me to be healthy. So
now,
it was just what I had to do.
the other question I have for you, and this comes quite a few people talk to me about how their friends kind of throw monkey wrenches at their change. Oh, come on, girl, you can have some ice cream, right? Or you have these. Just one rib won't hurt you, or whatever. But sometimes our friends will not be supportive. Was that were your friends?
Right. I give you an example of that. I've been in show business all my life. I've traveled for 50 or 60 years. And I travel with some big entertainers. And you know what their entertainment is in the dressing room. Pass the coke, bring on the bourbon.
Yeah.
And I say, they say, you want to hit this, Winnie? I said, no, I want big titties. I don't want no drugs. And they would tell me to go leave the room because I would do comedy. I said, you putting that? I said, I don't want to put that in my nose. And I would make a joke out of it, tell me to leave the room. And I knew then that I didn't want that in my body. I was healthy then. I traveled with my juicer. It was a old, what was the first juicer? It wasn't a juice man, Jeff Lane. You know,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
traveled with a little box of juice out, travel on the road trying to make juice for the Supremes in the morning and telling them, everybody that would listen to me, I would tell them that, you know, I got rid of that tumor and I'm healthy and I'm this. And I was talking to everybody. They tell me to leave the room, pass the Burberry.
Yeah,
You know,
we'll talk
but
talk that healthy
yeah,
stuff. Get out of here.
right, right. You know, mostly all of them are gone too.
Yeah.
You know, but that's another thing. Like, so that was one of the reasons that I had to eat healthy to be mobile at this stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you had to take care of other people. So you had to
Exactly.
you
Set
had to
an
be,
example.
and feel good in the midst of it. You know,
Yeah.
'cause I've seen
And see, Barry,
I've seen so
Go
many
ahead.
people that are caretakers and then their body falls
Right.
off because it's like they have to take even better care because of what they
Right.
have to, what they can absorb in helping other people that are sick, or the concern that they won't change. I think Raziya and Lakita and I were talking about that, and the two of them being very conscious of what they put in their body and health and helping other people and teaching and all that kind of stuff. There was this longing that people would listen and adhere to what they're saying, you know. And so yeah, and like I said, a lot of people, when they're caretakers, even of their children, if their child was born or something happened, and for the rest of their life, they have to take care of them, they have to pick them up, they have to feed them and all that kind of stuff. And it takes a toll on them. So they tend to you know, I don't want to say forget, but you know, they kind of shrug themselves and
Right.
and taking care of everybody else. And so, yeah, so I'm glad that we have an example. I want to say that this morning when I was exercising with Nawili, God, it's so funny that I could not. I wanted to say, well, you know, I'm 69. Well, she's the same age, so I couldn't use that. When it's young
Right,
people,
right.
yeah, young people, I could say, you know, I'm older and I can't do all this. And her and Fana, they just go into town, and I'm like, you know, I can't use that excuse anymore. And
Right. That's funny.
so I thank God for Raziya. I thank God for you, Winnye, just being that example that we can actually see that it can be done and that it's worth it, you know.
Yes,
Worth it.
yes.
Right.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Winnye? You was going to share
Oh,
something?
well, I was with Motown 58 years, and that was Barry's policy, not to hear anything on the road about us. So if you notice, the acts had supervision. Maxine Powell was show them how to walk and make a stage presentation. We had chaperones, which I was one of them. We had professional dressers, and Barry. You have to report to Barry how the Supreme doing this and that. So his format for building Motown was that none of us could get into any trouble, couldn't do drugs, you know. He didn't want that. And they were young enough to listen, you know. They're like their daddy. And it was just a policy. So that was a good way that we kind of kept each other in order.
Mhm.
You know, so you didn't hear all those scandals about Motown acts until Temptations, you know.
Right.
Yeah. I know you want to leave. And I say, I refuse to let you split. That's Barry. was fun times and hard times.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I had the mindset to keep my body together because I had to keep them together. So I just stayed healthy and away from all that activity. Like I said, I didn't want drugs in my system. So it's your mindset at any age. I knew I wanted to be mobile when I got to this age when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
I prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful. Good.
And I exercise. I don't drink or smoke, so I take care of my body. I go get a massage every week. If I hit the number, I get 2. And I'm in the walking club here at the complex. They walk every morning at 9:30, and they don't believe me either. So I just walk past them and say, "Believe, believe." It's real. But you have to have that mindset to give up that macaroni and cheese and sweet potatoes and all those combinations and cornbread and greens and fried chicken. Your body can't handle all that.
Yeah.
I eat 2 things, either beans and rice, greens and okra. I can't do those combinations,
Mhm.
and
So
it
Whitney,
really makes a difference.
are you a good cook? Is your food delicious?
Oh, I'm a very good cook. I'm making dandelion greens today and okra.
Oh my.
But dandelion greens are bitter, so most people don't like them. So I boil them,
Mm-hmm.
and you can make a tea out of that, and it's very good for the body. But a lot of times I don't. I just boil them and pour that water off, and then put my seasoning. I do a lot of onions.
Yeah, she is a good cook.
I do a lot of onions, and that's basically what I season my food with: onions, and I might drop a celery in there and take it out. But
Mhm.
I don't eat. I don't cook a lot, but I eat raw most of the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Today I'm doing fruit, and I juiced some fruit today: pineapple, blueberries, and grapes. So I got a lot of juice books, and I make different combinations. Now I got 2 juices. I'm getting ready to get a 3rd one because I don't like to clean that one as often. Going
Yeah.
back to get me a bullet. I got a ninja and 2 ninjas and a bullet, and now I got what's that?
With the one I use,
Yeah,
that's a ninja.
that's a ninja.
She got a juicer and she
It's
got
like
ninja.
the champion, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you got to take care of your body if you want to be mobile. I'm going down to the Riverwalk June the 6th. They starting again, but DMC doesn't have it. AARP has it. So you can meet me at the riverfront, and I was doing like 40 miles a week. I go down to Cobo Hall, which is another name now, come back, stop at the carousel, and go to Belle Isle. So you guys can meet me down there June 7th. Sign up.
We're thinking about Saturday too, if you want to go down there Saturday.
Oh yeah, Saturday. Yeah, I'll meet you Saturday.
Yeah,
Because Tuesday and Thursday, you guys are busy, and it starts at 8:00.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I meet you on Saturday.
mm-hmm.
Some faces and some bodies.
Oh,
Do
meet
you go
where?
on to?
And they have an exercise class down there too. While some of them are exercising and some are walking and some are just sitting and watching the view. We got oxygen tanks down there, walkers, everything. Everybody's welcome.
Somebody
Okay.
asked, where should we meet on
At
Saturday?
the carousel, it's off of Mount Elliott. Meet down at the Riverwalk.
What state? We're in Michigan. Somebody asked what state.
Yeah, we're in Detroit.
Um,
So fly on in, Mama.
That's on Jefferson.
Mama Ayaba, just fly in every
Every Saturday. Huh?
Where are you at? Where are you at, Mama? Ayawa?
I'm in Maryland, but that was my cousin Kamari. She's in Virginia.
Oh,
I'm in
hi
there.
Oh, hi.
Okay, where you
Yeah.
fly in?
Oh, she said Baltimore. Maryland, Baltimore.
I'm in Silver Spring.
I'm in Richmond.
Okay.
I'm in
I
Richmond,
had a
Virginia.
cousin in Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm in Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
nice.
I live down there. I've been down there.
I want to come up there where you are.
Come
I'm
on.
gonna grab my cousin. We're gonna come up.
Okay.
All
That'd
right.
be nice.
Well, speaking of coming to Detroit, we have our African World Festival, which is normally in August, the third weekend in August, but they're changing that. They are going back to the Hart Plaza.
Oh, are
Oh, that's
they?
great.
Yes, and they changed the date for this year. I don't know if it'll be the same every year, but this year it's going to be July 15, 16, 17, I think is that
Oh,
weekend.
okay.
And Hannah's going to come up. And she's getting her ticket today, and we're going to kick off. Hannah, now Hannah, where are you at, babe? She'll tell in a minute. She's on mute. But
Okay.
now, Wheelie, do you know where is? I know you know.
Fana's from DC, Southeast.
Yeah, DC. And so she's going to come up, and she's an excellent chef. And we're going to kick off with her and Raziya. So I have to put it on Raziya's calendar. We created where we're going to do our first Elizabeth kitchen. And
Oh, that's gonna be
Oh, that's gonna
nice.
be nice.
yeah, and that's going to be up that's at my loft, where my salon is and the
Yeah.
school. So we'll be upstairs, and we have a nice kitchen where we're going to kick our show off for that. I'm
Oh,
on
that's gonna be nice.
Sheila, Mama. I'm sorry.
Queen.
Doing yes,
Queen. Are you a hairdresser?
yes, ma'am. I do natural hair
Oh, where?
over at Everett's Natural Beauty School and Salon. We're on Iron Street and Jefferson, right there at Mount Elliott. That's what I said.
Oh.
You pass us all the time. We're right there by the Mount Elliott Park and the Coast Guard.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly where
That
that
big
is.
old, loft.
My
Yeah.
monument right there. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
yes. So we're going to kick off the Elizabeth kitchen. And so we invite you to come and be part of that. Winnie,
Oh, yeah.
What
Yeah.
date is that again?
we don't have a date, but as far as when we're going to do that, we'll be talking about it more. But let me make sure of that weekend. That's July, 15, 16, and 17.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be working on that. That's gonna be awesome. So that's like our first gathering physically is then at that time. And we'll, like I said, while she's here, we're going to kick that off. And so that's going to be fun.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, so we want to have a booth at the festival, ladies.
Oh,
Yeah.
We want to have Elizabeth booth. We would be nonprofit, and it's 300 and something, so like $25 a piece. And we would promote our Elizabeth, the Grand Rising, but we would also promote your own personal business with flyers, because we're not out there selling stuff, because we're nonprofit. So we would be giving information out about different things,
okay, good.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
May I?
So Queen,
Mhm.
what beauty school did you go to?
I went to Mauricio's.
Oh, okay.
I was one
Yeah, I
of the.
know Mauricio. Miss Francis was there. Miss Francis, she was a good friend.
She taught. She was a teacher.
Yes,
Okay.
she's a lead teacher.
Okay, okay. Miss
Yeah.
Francis. Yeah, I was there when they first opened. I was one of their first students.
Oh, wow.
I
Mhm.
was first Black student at Virginia Farrell on the Boulevard.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I went to Virginia Farrell first, and they were they were the ones that were on Woodward.
On Wood,
Woodward, right.
upstairs.
Yeah, yeah. And the manager, she was always drunk.
Yeah. Who was that?
There's a white
Miss
lady.
Hard Naughty.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but I was pregnant, so I didn't complete that. You know, I was big, fat, and pregnant with my son. Yeah.
Yeah, they on Milwaukee and the Boulevard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So are you still doing hair?
Man,
I just stopped in 19. I distributed my customers to my operators. Yeah, I'm a professional hair weaver. I went to Cleveland and studied with the lady that invented, what's her name? I don't know, I can forget her name. But she invented the hair weave, and I was like the third person that was doing that in Detroit.
Yeah.
That's when they were like $500 and $600, $800.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
actually, I got it in the high schools. I petitioned Lansing to teach it in Votex centers.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I went to Lansing with a lady named Una Jordan. We separated the manicuring from the hair,
Mm-hmm.
and I introduced hair weaving to the Votex Center. And
Yeah.
you could be manicurist or hairdresser.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they
I'm
didn't want to
responsible.
separate it, but I went up there with my mouth and I told them all the reasons why they should.
Mhm.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm responsible for me and some other, other people, but I headed up the separation of license for braiders.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's why there's a braider.
Well, Kay Samuel and we also did that.
Case.
Kay Samuel, she taught braiding at Brighthall.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Brighthall Korean Technical Center. You know, we had 4 technical centers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Randolph
Mm-hmm.
for plumbing and heating, and nursing was down on Woodward.
Uh-huh.
And we were on Chicago and Hubble.
Okay.
I worked there 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Well, we managed to get the license, the natural hair culturist license, and have it separate from the cosmetology. And yeah, that was
Cool.
yeah, that was a mess though, dealing with politics,
Yes.
all the lies and stuff like that. And God was so good that I would always find out about it, because when I'd walk away, it would be that we've agreed on a particular thing, right? And then a week or two later, somebody would send some information and it was not reading like what we had talked about,
Oh,
Yeah.
It changed it.
Yeah, right,
Mm.
right. But we find out about it, and Talib Dean Ukda from Washington, D.C. with Pamela Farrow, Cornrows and Company was helping us. And when the Wolverines, the leader, she pulled me, we had she met with me like for lunch or something like that. And she was saying that I needed to get rid of him.
oh my.
So I knew that is who I needed to keep.
Yeah.
Because they thought that I would be weak without him, right? Because he couldn't vote or anything. So that I definitely had him locked in to help.
he sure had his little tricks and things.
No, absolutely. But anyway, we're on a whole different route now about that. And I'm not going to go into that. I deal with the leadership of the natural hair industry. And yeah, and so we're going to come together and decide, make some decisions about, you know, what do we want? We don't want them governing us. I was not going to teach them how to be my boss.
I know that.
Right.
And it was so beautiful, sisters. I'm telling you, when we went up Carolyn Kilpatrick took us up to speak to the board, and I had all of these sisters come up and brothers with their hair hooked up. I mean, hooked up. When they saw all of them people sitting there, because you know their thought is about, you know, a cornrow and a plait, you know. Got up there and all kind of different styles was there, and I'm trying to think of the other sister that was there. Anyway, but it was amazing. It was amazing when all, oh gosh, they're like looking there, they were all white and they're looking at all these hairstyles coming in there. It was amazing. It was amazing. So anyway, so that's where we are. But it was also very taxing on us that we couldn't trust anything. You know, you always had to be on your guard. And it wasn't about making
You're the
money.
first one. That's how it is.
Yeah. It wasn't about making money, which people think, because you know what you pay annually is nothing. And but it was about power. They did not want us to have the power to do anything. So anyway,
But they couldn't
back
do
to
it.
food.
Did someone have a hand up or something?
Well,
Empress.
Yes. Yes, I have a question. Your event, I know you said you don't have your event for the date yet, but can you all send me the information on what date you said, Mama, and as well as you, Queen?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. And I would like the date you have your date, right, Mom? Mama?
Are you talking about for?
But she was talking about the walk.
Oh, when we, yeah, they do that every week. So that's a weekly thing that AARP does. And so we were saying, Raziya and I were talking about just having a day that we, on a Saturday that we choose to go and meet, because that would be outside of the AARP. And that we would go down to the river walk and just, you know, a day to hang out with Winnye and walk with her. Yeah.
Is that what Mama Deitra? That's who you're talking about with her?
That was with Mama Winnye. So Deitra is the young one, and
okay.
And
okay.
Winnye,
I'm not sure, I just got
is the younger one.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
But can you send me that information? How can you put the information on the chat so that I can see what maybe I can grab my cousin Ayaba with me and we can come up, or I can come.
When we get it organized, we will definitely let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But we really want you to come during the African World Festival, and that's when we're going to be we'll have a booth and we'll be out there and we'll be walking and we'll be kicking off the kitchen and all of that. So that gives you a little bit more time. That is the 15th, 16th, and 17th of
July,
the African World Festival.
Okay.
And
so
then,
Mama, so her name is Mama Winnye?
Winnye.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so all y'all you all in the same state?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to come up there and visit, yes. And
love
be
to have you.
I need to get back in shape. I teach survival skills, survival training. So I teach wild food plants. So dandelion is definitely the #1 survival plant. So yes, and even though it's
that's wonderful.
yeah, so it's called Freedom Ancestral Survival Network. And I've been doing it since 2005.
What,
But,
do you have a website?
Yes, it's actually FAS.
Okay,
I put in the chat. I can put it in the chat.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, but I was just saying, I'm just so amazed. This your mother?
Yes, my godmother, yes.
I got on. I've been trying to log in to, go through all those steps and everything. And I've been trying to get on since around 8 o'clock. And I just had challenges getting on, so.
What's your name?
Empress
your name?
Kamari Ankuantasa.
Empress.
Empress.
What are you so
Kamari,
amazed about? What are you
Oh,
so
I was-
amazed about?
Because I'm looking at you and you sharing about your juicing and the and how you eat the dandelion and getting in shape. And I mean, I came on when you was talking about how you lost weight. So I mean, I was just
Yeah.
and then
I'm
you was talking
88
about,
and a half. That was a long time ago.
yeah, but you still doing it though. And you
Okay.
still juicing.
I juice in the morning and I have one meal a day. You gotta cut down on that food, and I have maybe something about 6 o'clock, and then it's over. I stop.
Yeah. I'm a vegan right now. I grow a lot of I grow a lot of wild. I have a garden with wild food growing.
Yeah.
Wild with dandelions and plantain and things like that. I actually grow wild. I just got a garden just for, even though you can find it in the wild, I actually got a garden for it.
Okay, so give me your menu for one day. Tell me
one
what you
day,
do in the
I'm
morning.
not like
Yeah.
you. That's why I'm saying I wouldn't be like you. That's why I was so amazed.
Oh.
I'm eating it,
Keep
but I
trying,
haven't
you
got,
can get it.
yeah, I'm eating it, but I'm not completely raw. I do eat raw food. I do eat wild plants, and I do the plantain and the dandelions, but I still eat cooked food. I don't eat no meat. I am totally vegan. So, well,
Okay.
I don't like to use that word,
Not
but
totally. Not totally. You just don't eat no meat.
I don't like to say, you know what I'm saying? I eat vegetables. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's
I got
good.
you.
I don't like the word vegan too much. That's putting a label on everything. So,
Mhm. Right.
right.
You getting there.
Yeah, I'm might not be as young as you, but I am 61. So,
Yeah. Well, when you come to Detroit, we'll see about that.
all right. Okay.
I can beat you in the shape.
I bet you. Look. The last 2 years, my mother will be 89 this year, and my father, he just passed not too long ago, and I want to so for the last couple of years, I haven't been having the survival training, but I am going to get back to it. So soon as a lot of people been asking me, so I will be doing it soon. And we will, and I do lecture. I just got to get back in shape too.
Well, your mother's just 6 months older than me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Well, that sounds wonderful. I can use some survival training. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the chat right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And I would love to have y'all come and speak. I had my cousin Ayaba speak, and we have like a survival family reunion, family where we have guest speakers and things. So we also have that as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Great.
Okay, I'm putting it in the chat right now.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, that's great.
Raziya, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, they just touched on it. I was wanting Wendy to speak a bit about timing of when you eat and when you stop eating. I've heard through the years, my mom used to talk about how we were damaging ourselves by eating late. You know, she said, y'all need to stop all that eating at 8 and 9 o'clock at night. And often when we traveled or we got home late from a show or from work, you would go and eat at 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. And I'd been told that was not a good idea if you wanted to live a long, healthy life.
Right.
Right.
So I heard you mention how you have been disciplined to eat your last meal quite quite early in the day. I
Mhm.
mean, early in the evening.
6 o'clock anyway. I usually eat about 2 or 3 out, and I don't really crave that much food, so I like my raw stuff. So I don't eat all through the day and stuff. Just when I get hungry, it'd be about 1 or 2 o'clock, I have a salad.
What time do you rise up, Winnie?
1:30, 3:30, and I get up at 4:30. I'm
Oh,
up. I'm up. I don't sleep a long hours. I sleep in a period of 3 hours, and I'm up 3 hours.
Wow.
So I usually get up about 3:30, to 4 o'clock, something like that.
mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna take this moment,
Bed early too.
Elizabeth, and we're going to say so long for the day with Facebook and YouTube. And we thank you for joining us. You can continue the conversation with us if you go to ElizabethVisionaryConference.org. Get your ticket, come on in. You can use the same ticket for the ladies in the Zoom. You can use the same number all the time to come in. You don't have to go back and register and go through that process. But we invite you to come and join us. And we thank you for joining us this morning. And if everybody can unmute yourself and say bye-bye or
No.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Winnie and Deitra. That was just wonderful.
Yeah, now they're going to
You're
continue
welcome.
with us. Yeah, they're going to continue with us on Zoom. So Facebook and YouTube, come on and join us. ElizabethVisionaryConference.org, and we'll see you in the room.
Okay.
I have a question for Miss Winnie. You had shared that the doctor said that if you didn't change, then the tumors would grow. Was the tumor still there when you were diagnosed with the diabetes?
Yes, I'm sure it was, but that's what made me fall out. Yeah. I developed, it was all connected because I was a diabetic after that, and that's when I changed my diet. And I was weighing quite a lot. But yes, that was, it was the food that I was eating. And then I inherited, my grandmother died of diabetes, my mother, my uncle, my brother. So that was another wake-up call. They all died, and my aunt, they all died of diabetes, but my aunt was getting ready to get her leg amputated, and she'd rather leave here than do that. So the whole family died of diabetes.
Okay.
And
Were
in fact,
they,
I'm the only survivor. I'm the
how
only
old
one.
were they? Were they in their 50s or 60s? Or did they
Yeah,
get to
my
70?
mother was 78, and my aunt was younger than, about 4 years younger than her. And my uncle was young. My mother was the oldest girl. So, and let me see, it was 6 of them, and they all died from diabetes, and my grandmother.
Wow.
So I'm the only surviving member of that big family. My uncles, aunts, cousins, grandparents, everybody's gone.
Do you
I
have
got some
children?
cousins. Excuse me?
Do you have children, Winnie?
No, my daughter passed in 15, and that's when I met Deitra.
Okay, but you had you did bring her.
I mean, she had colon cancer though.
Mm-hmm.
And the Last Supper was from Steve's. She wanted some pig feet.
Okay. Her last
Okay,
supper.
someone had a question in the chat about, is diabetes hereditary?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it says, or are the eating habits, yeah, the food available to us feed the diabetes?
The food that what?
I have to, you want to say that yourself in the way you want it received?
Okay. Greetings, everybody.
Greetings.
Grand Rising. I was wondering if diabetes is hereditary, or is the food that we're eating hereditary, the diet that we adopt. And then
It's a
hetero.
it's hereditary.
Mhm. Okay. And then I was just questioning because a lot of our food, and now they're able to call it natural sweetener, that high fructose corn syrup. My husband said one of his friends from Tuskegee mentioned that that is the crack of sugar.
It is.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
It's
right.
in everything. I
It's
noticed
in
when I went to
everything.
Jamaica, it was in nothing. When I sat down and read the labels of the food. So if they're using that, and that's in so many of our products, I mean, we probably could label what it's not in to have a shorter list.
That's why
But
the doctors took so many of us out, because they had other conditions. That's why the virus took a lot of us out.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Raziya, you can just jump in. I have you on the main screen.
Well, I would just like to join in and say that there's a lot of evidence now that diabetes is definitely beyond hereditary. We have a clinic out in Arizona, which has people coming out and they are actually healed of diabetes in 30 days by just going all raw. They go all raw, and so there are videos and so forth. 30 days free of diabetes. So there's a proneness toward it, as Winnye is saying, but it's not a death sentence. If a person wants to change, if you want to live, a diabetic can live without insulin or metformin or those things by changing their eating habits and moving. And this is why I love the fact that Winnye was able to come on the show today and testify. I want to testify that it is, it's one of the diseases that can be corrected.
Yes.
It's really more than many of the others. Diabetes is one of the ones that we have now proof, scientific proof. We have many people walking around who had diabetes for years. They were on drugs, insulin and that for years, and now they are diabetes free. But they do have to be aware of what they're eating and be committed to being healthy.
That's right. That's right.
Oil pulling helps with that too. I've seen some testimonies of people commenting about the oil pulling helping them with some health challenges, diabetes, hypertension, and some other respiratory challenges and issues and things. So yeah, it's called oil pulling.
Can you say a little bit more about it, Haru?
Oil pulling is an old technique that was used for many years. There's a website called, I'll put it in the chat also. It's called oilpulling.org. And I've been using it. It helps clean it pulls toxins out of the body. You swish either sunflower oil or sesame seed oil around in the mouth, not gargle, but swish around. You know how you used to do your Jell-O and turn it into Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
Foot
So you swish it around in your mouth for 20 minutes and then you spit that out. It pulls the toxins out of the body and it cleans the teeth and
That's right.
gums, and you won't have any tartar and plaque on your teeth. I'm a living testimony for that. It
That's right.
helps skin challenges,
Mhm.
respiratory, what do I want to say, begins with digestive issues. So, but oilpulling.org, and I'll put it in the chat.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for sharing.
You can use coconut oil as
What's the
well.
name? I wanted to ask her a question.
Okay,
Ruth.
wait, real question. I'm
I
sorry. The
wanted to ask
coconut,
her a
wait,
question.
okay, hold on, mama. Let me just fix that with that coconut oil. Let me share this. The two recommended are sesame seed oil and sunflower. Coconut oil, if you have silver in your mouth, will weaken that silver, okay? So not a
Oh, yeah.
not a good idea.
Okay.
But I've mixed it with other things. Like sometimes I'll use my CBD oil and coconut oil, but they said that it will mess with the amalgamum. So you want to be careful with that. So I recommend what the website recommends, and people have used black seed oil. You can use whatever works for you. I'm just saying what I read.
Right. Right, I got
But
you.
you're
I don't
more than
have none-
welcome to use it if you don't have the silver. in
Yeah, I
your
don't have none of that in my mouth, but
Well,
I'm
you
glad-
good. All
Yeah.
right.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Winnie, you were asking some questions.
I was wondering if she had ever used the foot pads that you put on the bottom of the feet, and the poison comes out through your feet. They're called foot pads.
We don't hear you, baby.
Oh, hold on.
I have not used that technique, but I've heard and seen the foot pads and the whole, they have a bowl that they put people in sometimes and pull it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
foot
Yeah,
detox.
I've had that too, but
Okay.
it's a detox, the foot pad. But these are, you can buy at your store, and I tape them to my feet at night,
Mhm.
and I could show you they're black.
Mhm.
And that it comes through the feet. So I would recommend
Yeah.
getting some of
Yes.
those. And
Yep.
I use them 2 or 3 times a week. If you want me to, I'll show you the box. Would you like?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my thought is, if hers is black, mine I'd have to do it 3 times a day for 40 days and 40 nights. Oh my goodness. Anyone got something to share? Well, okay, she's here. Okay.
Can you see that? That's the box. And this has hemp seed in it. And this is the one I'm using now. And I got this one also. They cost about, this is $5, and I think this one's $7. But I use this most of the time.
Deitra, can you pop
And we get them
that in the chat? Thanks.
And what is it? Detox? I see
detox foot pads. And you see how
Detox
you tape on the feet. Can you see how you tape them on the bottom of your foot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You'll be
both of
amazed
you.
once you try it. But this is the main one I use, and then they had this with the hemp seed. Hemp seed, rather. And it's
Where do
10
you
in
get
here.
them? Can you get that at the
At
drugstore?
Ollie's and Save a Lot.
Oh.
Yeah, I got these from Ollie's.
And Save a Lot. Okay.
And most of those big lots, they might carry them.
Okay.
It helps your legs. It drains that, for walking. It really drains it down. You feel much better.
Okay. Shoes, we're gonna be in great shape after this. All this good
By the time you
information.
Riverwalk starts, you be ready.
That's
Okay.
awesome. Anyone else want to share or have some questions? Even in general.
Okay, I would like to ask a question. You know, how do you all avoid eating things that you know are not right? You know, what do you use to say, no, I'm not going to do that? Is it just automatic you say no, or how do you go about it?
I have to throw in this from yesterday's class session on control and discipline.
Okay, okay.
I would say your thoughts are powerful. So wherever you think it, so it should be.
I hear you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, for sharing those things.
Mama Hep may do it and then
But
go
you-
exercise.
No, my take on that is if I eat something that I haven't had before, I get nauseated, I get sick. So I can't like really stray that far because the food that hasn't been in my body in a long time, it makes me have diarrhea.
Mhm.
So I can say no, you know,
To avoid that, yes.
right. So it's not a contest, it's just that your system won't allow it. After you've been doing it for so long, I have to go to the bathroom. And it as soon as I eat it, I would have to go to the bathroom.
Mhm.
Right.
Thank
And
you for
then-
sharing.
And then another thing this does, a lot of times somebody used the bathroom before you have to wait to air it out. You can go in the bathroom behind a vegetarian. You know, that lets you know that the stuff is rotting in your body and your colon.
That's right.
But you can go in the bathroom behind me.
But you know, it's interesting that she brought that up because I have a fact that I learned about that we don't use. The toilet top. The toilet top, if you put that top down and then flush, it sucks all the air out of the bathroom and we don't use them properly. We don't use the top properly.
Interesting.
They
Because
say,
I always ask my mom, what's the toilet top for? We never use it, you know? But if you shut it down and then flush after you have a bowel movement, if you think about it, it's sucks the water down. It's pulling the air out of the bathroom. And my dad always said matches are the number one. He loves matches because matches
Yeah,
will
right.
clear the air immediately.
They really will.
yeah, wow.
May I want to show y'all that this is what's in front of my toilet.
Oh my God.
Say it again. I'm sure it again.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't see
Nah,
the
nah.
screen.
It says, please put the toilet seat cover down before flushing. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that,
I
But you
never
know, you
thought
have to-
about that. Never
you-
thought about that at all.
Yeah, because it gets all on the
Back
toothbrush,
down.
towels and everything. But if you but the thing about it for our thoughts, it's the saying goes, focus on what you want, not what you don't want.
All right now. Okay.
Right.
And say too, mama, I've been saying, say what you want. We always talking about what we don't want to do or we don't want. Say what you want, not
Yeah.
what you don't.
Yes.
Come on with it now.
Now, that's right. That's right. That's right.
How do you find you on? I don't do Facebook, but I can do a YouTube. So how do you find? What do I Google?
For what, baby?
Like you say, to find Elizabeth. How do I find? I don't do Facebook, but how do you find you on YouTube? You say it's a YouTube channel.
You know what you can do is just go to Elizabeth's Visionary Conference.org and archives, and you get the whole thing. Facebook, you're only going to, and YouTube, you're going to only get the first hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the delicious stuff seems to come out on that second half. Everybody got warmed up and stuff, you know.
Right.
Now, Wheelie, you want to join us?
Yes, I was gonna say, that's so on time about the toilet seat. I kind of came into that revelation or whatever, like about 8-10 years ago. And the other thing I wanted to co-sign on is those foot pads are amazing. I actually was exposed to them about 15 years ago through Chinatown in LA. Because Chinese technology and all their herbs, they're far ahead of the game in a lot of respects. But I've also my latest ones I found at like Marshall's. You can pick them up at a lot of different places and they're just as good, but they work and they will be a firm indicator of exactly what's happening in your body.
Right.
Now, do they tell you, I mean, how do you know what's happening in your body? Is there something on the box or something that says,
Well,
Yeah.
like this?
they should be
Yeah.
pretty much clear or light. Yeah. If it's any kind of color or dark in it, it's something that you need to detox is coming out.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. And you'll look at it, it will look kind of grossy. So you'll be glad that that is being pulled and released from your body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, a little bit more about how we use them. Is this something you would use, this foot pad often, like every week or every day, or how do you use it?
I use mine once a week. I don't do them every day. Yeah, I just use mine once a week. And then I think what it does for your mindset is it makes you even more aware of what you're putting in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use mine twice a week, and
Okay.
especially when I'm gonna walk.
Okay.
Wow,
Okay.
there's some good stuff,
Here.
ladies.
Yes.
Now,
Well,
how often do you ladies do the when you submerge, put it in the water, put your feet in the water? Do you do that often?
No, I go to a detox center, and when I'm gonna do it with the water.
Okay.
Other than this, this is for at home. You have to pay for that detox. It's a place on Mac that I go to, and detox. What is it? $30 or yeah. When I go there, it's really something. You see all kind of red stuff, foam coming out and everything. So I do go to a detox center, but I haven't been since the pandemic. So that's why I bought these.
Yeah.
And I do it at home twice a week.
Can you,
Especially
Miss
walk
Winnie,
to make my legs feel better. Huh?
Miss Winnie, could you
Yes.
and Deitra, if you have that information, put it in the chat, please?
Oh,
What?
I have to find out the address. I don't have it. She
Oh,
wanted
the
detox
detox.
center.
Oh, it's on what is that, Mac? It's in Grosse Pointe, just before. Okay, I have to get the address and give it to Deidre. Are you in Detroit?
Yes, ma'am. I'm all over the place, but my feet are in Detroit right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think you posted your number. I can text it to you. I think you posted your number.
You have a number?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't Jesse Brown, the center over on the west side? Jesse,
I don't know if he might.
yeah, I'm sure that they do.
Yeah. There is another person who he does home visits, and that's Tabia Israel. Very tall gentleman. He's
yeah,
about
right.
7. He's
I've
about a
met him
7 foot.
before. Right.
Always
Israel.
wears white. And he is, he does that detox. And Jesse's center did have him and some others from time to time. I don't know if that center is back open.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it is either.
Right. I know they did close during the pandemic, and I'm not certain, but Tabia Israel's number is available. We can also get that for you, Sheila. Put it on the the site.
Yeah, Dr. Kafera does it too. Dr. Jesse's
That's
sister.
right, Dr.
She does
Kafera.
them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
But I
not-
don't know if she's been doing them, but I know she did do them.
Yeah, she's
She
not
was another
active.
point person.
She's
Yeah,
not
she's-
active right now since
Yeah.
her mom passed and her husband passed. She's
Oh,
kind of working on
Wow.
herself for a minute and just doing some self-care.
Mhm.
And then she'll let us know when she's back, you know, to do all that. But she's doing a lot of writing and a lot of interviewing and that type of getting the information out more so than doing the work. Yeah.
Does she still her product is still available,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And
Mhm.
she's still able to counsel people regarding that inner detox. One of her lectures that I'll never forget, she told us when to use the parasite tablets to get rid of parasites.
Mhm.
And she goes by the time of the month. And at the I think it's just before the full moon, she said the parasites are barely hanging on. They're
mhm.
hanging on by their fingernails. And that's the time to take this capsules, and
Oh.
they'll fall off. You know, she makes it very interesting, very colorful, and she encourages us to realize that detox is very important.
Yes, it
It
is.
is.
Here's
We
her
tend-
product right here.
Yes, yes. And for some reason in this
Okay.
country, people refuse to talk about parasites as
Right.
to how prevalent they really are. We tend to say, no, we don't have parasites. That's for other nations. But it would behoove us to pay some attention regarding the importance of cleansing.
Yeah.
We really are so thankful for this discussion today.
Right.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
She does the colonics. I've known Kafira, Dr. Kafira since I came to Detroit. And yeah, so yeah, they have the depth. They had depth 1 and the depth 2. It kills the parasites. So when you're cleansing, they're dead. And it was funny. I'm glad we're off of Facebook right now, but so in the because of knowing her teaching at my rectum, I kept feeling like something was just like moving around sometimes, and just like, and I was like, okay, it feels like parasites are sitting right at my rectum, and you would just feel this little funny feeling, like something is moving around, and I knew because of what the teaching was, that they were right at the door. They was right at the door. And so I called her, told her what was up. I got me some depth 2, because then that would kill it. And then, so I haven't had that issue anymore, but that was weird. You talk, ladies, that was so weird to feel that. And it was especially when I would be sleeping and resting. And then I'd feel these little, yeah. But
Can you put it up again? Can I see it?
Mhm.
We haven't decided yet. But I just wanted to make sure you were open. Now, what is the date?
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Maybe because you're not talking.
You all can slide your
You can see it now?
screen to the right or the left.
Yeah,
to
she-
get more
Oh,
feedback.
yes.
So 10 o'clock and I want to see.
Me too.
I will also put,
In the chat.
yeah, I'll put her number, and then she can, and we'll have her, Raziya, ask her to come and be a guest.
Yeah,
So
I was
funny.
thinking the same thing.
Yes. She's so funny. She said, because when she would come to the shop, I put her sister locks in, and another sister takes care of them.
Information, I'll be seeing you real soon.
Let me mute right here until y'all come back. So Yeah, she would say, so when we knew that Kafira was coming to the shop, we would like, we'd hide all our potato chips.
You funny.
We'd make an announcement, Kafira, Dr. Kafira's coming in today. And she would come in and we was hiding everything, getting our last little bits of it in our mouth. And then of course it was gonna be, excuse my language, a shitty conversation while she was in there, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
She gonna know it anyway. She gonna know y'all had them anyway.
She knows, right? Because she knows us. And then she says, well, you know, it's a shitty job, but somebody's got to do it. 'Cause she did the colonics, right?
Yes.
But what I loved about Kafira doing the colonics was that she would stand right there, and as it's releasing, she would tell you what she saw.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, now, and I heard that some people, they just hook you up and then they go out and then they come back.
That's right.
But not only that, would she tell you what was in, she would be praying. She'd be praying for you as it's going, as it's coming, and talking to you and giving you affirmations when it's time to push it out. You know, release all the pain, release the negatives, release, and then bring in that goodness and stuff like that. She's on her job.
She's excellent.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's on
Awesome.
her job, very, very personal with you. You know, rub your stomach. She get her hand there, you know, rub right on this side, this side, throw them out. And yeah, Kafira. So we definitely have to have her to come and share, you know, share with us.
Oh, that would be awesome. I would love to hear her.
You know, Deitra, she was our guest at the yard. She came and spoke in the yard this past summer, and it was one of those, I probably didn't have a chance to, I know what it was. Someone that was scheduled to speak had something happen and couldn't come. And I called Kafira and told her about it. And I said, I feel so frustrated because we won't have a presenter, and we've been advertising that. And she said, I said, I really shuddered to just call you, but I just felt I needed to. And she said, oh, I'll come.
Oh, that's so nice.
And she shared with me, it was the first time, she shared with all of us that she thanked us for being there because it was the first time that she had come out to speak since her husband's death.
Oh, wow.
And so it was kind of pulling her out of that position.
Yes.
And she's a wonderful person. And you do feel the spirit in the room. I went to her several times for colonics, and I did feel the presence of another person beside myself and her. And I felt good and felt thankful. So if you have a chance to meet her and relate to her, it's a good thing. She's one of those persons in my life where I can say, you know, I'm so glad that you decided to land in United States.
Yes, right.
That you chose to Michigan as your anchor so that I could have a chance to meet you. So we have a lot of great people walking among us to help us on this healing journey. So for Winnye to sit there and share with us, and as beautiful as she is, we're just grateful for that. And we look forward to that in-person meeting with you, Winnye, on a Saturday, hopefully pretty soon. And we're gonna let our sister in, is it Virginia? That was asking when we were meeting, and to make sure we inform her of the times and places, because
the sister that does the survival training.
Yes, right. So we'll let her know about the Saturdays, because we need each other's presence. We need to look into the faces of each other in spite of the coronavirus and all of that. In fact, that's one of the, I think, a purpose of it. One of the negative purposes of the virus and all that we're dealing with is that the separation of people is a serious thing.
Mhm.
It is serious not to be able to
It is.
visit
Yes,
your
it is.
grandchildren or to have your best friend come by for tea
Yes.
or these kinds of
That's true.
things. Yeah, those are, it's much more meaning than just drinking that tea
Yes.
and eating that muffin. You
Right.
are having a spiritual connection by
Yes,
being in the
sir.
presence of each other. So we
So
want
true.
to make sure we reclaim more
Yeah.
of that being together.
May I?
Yes.
May I? Okay, the survival train, I didn't know we were on Facebook, so just want to let you know it's for us. That's only for us. It's not for other nationalities.
Got it.
Right. So I don't, I didn't know what's going out there. Make sure y'all know it's only for us. That's it. Because we would turn everybody else away. So I just want y'all definitely know that. It's just we're teaching our people how to survive, how to, medicinal plants and edible plants and things like that, poison, the remedies for poison and things like that. We're teaching our people how to reclaim the indigenous skills of our ancestors. So I just want to make sure y'all know that it's not open for everybody. It's definitely not. So
Sister, I wanted to thank you so much for that. Now, is there a schedule where if I were to call you tomorrow, I could find out when and how I could come and be a part of the training? Is there, or is it scheduled so many times a year, or is it ongoing?
Yes, but right now my mother just got a blood transfusion. I got a lot going on. So I do spiritual readings, and I already did a reading for this year's camp. So I would not be having one this year because I'm still dealing with my mother, so they want to put on hospice. I told her, no, we're not going that way. And I'm glad I did not, because if I had put her on hospice, she wouldn't have got the blood transfusion this week.
No.
So, so I am really working, where I work with my father. When he passed, I actually brought him back. They said that he was supposed to leave. And I actually brought him back. I changed his diet, started giving him avocado, raw food, and everything, cayenne pepper. I mean, I was giving him everything. It's because they wanted to give him ice cream. I'm like, oh no, we're not going there, So, and then they were surprised because he actually started talking and walking and everything. So yes.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
I'm not for. I refuse to have him on hospice. If I had if I had the power of attorney, I would have never did what my mother did. But that's what happened. So, it is what it is. So, but I just want to say, I am so grateful I got on here, and I'm so grateful I don't have to keep on registering, like you said, Queen, because I could have been on this a long time ago. But I am so thankful, so grateful for all of you all. I just want to give thanks. I'm so grateful for my cousin telling me about this. I love her so much. I'm just so appreciative of her. So,
while we have you on, I have a specific question about mullein, the mullein plant. I don't know what happened to my yard, or what God has for me this year, but I have mullein all over my yard. I have these 10 huge mullein plants that are just beautiful.
I'm gonna come visit you. I want some.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to come and
I
get
just
some.
transplanted some. I went up to
It's
Buchanan Mountains. I transplanted mullein and brought it, and I got it in a bucket. But when it goes to seed, it's gonna scatter everywhere. So you have to be careful of that. If you don't want it all in your yard. So.
But what's the basic use for it in terms of your awareness? I've heard that it's good for the respiratory system.
Yes, there you go.
But I'm not sure how to use it. I don't want to OD.
But
I want to make sure I get the benefit of all this fresh, beautiful mullein. What's a good
I'm not sure with my cousin and y'all, but I don't want to know if she, wants, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with her. So I guess I will be talking about all of that. I can, and you can actually call me too as well.
Okay,
So, yeah, so we
okay.
can, but
Mama
a lot
Raziya,
of
I would make a tea and a salve. I did both of those with that mullein.
Okay, okay, well, we're on it. You are welcome to come. It's at, really beautiful plants. I was asking, someone was in the yard and we were reading some of the history of mullein. And there was a statement that mullein had been used as toilet tissue.
That's what I was gonna tell you. Toilet tissue and also you can use burdock too, but that's also a medicinal plant. Both of them are.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So it sounds like you already know.
Well, I wanted to know the correct measurements for tea. Just how much of a leaf. The leaves are huge. They are about a foot long.
Yes.
Yeah.
And about 6 inches wide. And so, do you use a whole leaf for 1 cup? Do you use a half of that leaf for 1 cup? Just to have proportions be more.
Yeah, I would dry it first though. I would have to dry it. Dry leaves. Yeah, and then grind it up a little bit. I got a herb cutter, so I would break it down. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we need to get together.
I know
Deitra.
we do. I'm coming over. I'm coming.
Okay. Thank you.
That's Sister Deitra talking? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We have a question, ladies. Juanita?
Grand Rise and my sisters, could we crumble the dried leaf and encapsulate it, use the veggie caps?
Yes, yes.
Has anybody done that? And I'm sorry, I'm not on video. I am indisposed.
I haven't done it, but I saw a video on how to do it. So I would love to do it with someone. I can do it.
It's out
Well,
there.
I got the mullein leaves, and you bring the equipment, and we can get that done and share it.
Can someone please send a picture of it so we'll know what we're looking at in our yards?
Yeah, I can see if I could send a picture.
Or you can look that up on, on YouTube.
Oh, duh.
You probably several pictures of it.
Yeah,
good
I
deal.
was so proud. I went out and took several snapshots. They're in my camera. So I just need to see how to forward them.
Well, like Queen Adoni said, there's so much out there.
It is so much.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
No problem.
Dumb question. Thank you, my loves.
I'm going to go outside and so you all can see. Let me see. Still, I'm looking to see how much rain is doing right now. So I'll take a picture of it real quick. I'm gonna flip the camera around so y'all tell me if you could see it.
Okay, before we go on,
can you see it?
There are no dumb questions. So
see the
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. It's raining.
And it's fuzzy too, right? Isn't it soft and fuzzy?
Yes,
it is. That's why they said it could be used as tissue.
I want you to see how big the leaves are on the burdock. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
wow.
yeah. And this is echinacea. That's echinacea.
Uh-huh.
And that's mullein. Let me get back in. I have garlic growing as well. I got quite a few things growing. So
it's so pretty out there.
oh, thanks. This
yeah, thanks for going out there and sharing this.
Just
now,
showing
what was that?
Just showing some of the goldenrod. That's the plantain and wild strawberry. Everything is else kind of covered right now, so you can't see. I'm getting it back in the house because y'all know what this is.
Oh, I'm
right?
gonna have to really talk to you too.
This is rosemary.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
That's
But you
great.
got, it's walking on your food all the time. You all know, look at you all know what that is, right? Clover.
That's right.
Clover.
Okay. Whew. I can't get
Healing
away.
plants everywhere.
Yes.
You know,
You know, I
ladies,
would
there.
love to.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I was just gonna ask Empress if she could put her contact information in the chat.
It's not on Facebook, is it?
No.
Okay. All right. I didn't get everybody else information because I got on an hour late, so I didn't get all the wonderful information that you all put yours. I appreciate you all giving me yours as well.
Okay.
All right, I'm putting it on there. I like wipe my let me wipe the screen while I got.
Okay. Well, this has been
So
great.
I just wanted to share one other healing modality that I read about. And when I read it, I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Is that we can deliver healing oils but you know, be mindful of how much and whatnot through the navel.
Yes, right. That is
Mhm.
yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Yep.
Explain more about that. Why?
Just simply because if you need, you know, we have other, you know, we're looking at other modalities or other methods in which to heal ourselves or maintain our health. But I remember when I had my daughter, you know, the babies have to have their first bowel movement. And, you know, that's something that they look for healthy, you know, for the intestines working properly or what have you. And so I had read that you can put castor oil on the bottoms of their feet and in their navel. I just wanted to make sure it was going down because you know, I had ISIS at home here at the house. So when we went to the hospital, you know, everything is different because now she's from out of space, so to speak. But I just wanted to make sure that happened because I didn't want them to say, okay, she's got to come in so we can do this, that, and the other. No, not this one. Not this one. But yeah, we have the navel to deliver medicines, if you will. And I'm talking about herbal. I'm not talking about stuff over the counter.
Right. Oh yeah, that's some good sharing. You're right.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
But it's online. We can look up a lot of these things online and then consult with somebody before, but our holistic practitioners and whatnot. So, you know, I just think about things. I'm really like I call it the Flintstones. I am really a person. I like old things. I'm not too cool about all this modern day.
Me too.
The strongest thing we had in our home when I was coming up, my mother and father kept some Alka-Seltzer in the refrigerator and their children's Bear aspirin. That's the strongest stuff we didn't have all that crap in our home. My mother wasn't even holistic like that, but we didn't have all that stuff in our, you know, all of those things in our house, you know? So
Right.
I grew up like that, you know, so. Yeah.
You are blessed.
What's her name?
Mama Heatheroo.
Mama has to, what do you take for high blood pressure?
I don't have it. I walk
No, I
and
know
exercise.
you don't have it. I was just
Oh,
wondering.
you mean
what
if you
herb.
had it? Well, some people do the oil pulling. They've helped, you know, the high blood pressure. And a lot of times I'm looking at with the high blood pressure, it seems that the high blood pressure, diabetes, and what is the other? Kidneys, it's a menage a trois. And I don't know if
Right,
and I think it's because of the medicines that what they do to each other. But I keep calling that a menage a trois. It's a three people love going on there. And but for high blood pressure, let me see. Okay, so blood pressure that's salt, too much salt, sodium. That's sodium. I have to look at what it is, what the base of it, because whenever I read about somebody having a health challenge, I'll look at that health challenge and see what the base of it is, and that's how you know how to treat it. That's how I do.
For me, what I'm learning is that it has to do with your adrenal glands.
Okay.
When your systolic is high or low or whatever, is dealing with those adrenal glands. Yeah.
But that's definitely diet for sure.
Yes.
Now, really, you want to jump in?
I wanted to say, in terms of the navel and the feet, because we have thousands and thousands of nerve endings. So when you apply things like those, what was she talking about? Whatever we were just talking
The
about,
pads,
it will be absorbed directly into the blood system. The navel, thousands and thousands again of nerve endings crisscross there. It's an intersection. So it's a great place to apply and to put heat pads on top of whatever it is that you're
Yes.
applying to that area so that it really gets zapped in even more efficiently.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
Hey, the naval cord is our lifeline, right? It's our first lifeline, right?
That's right.
It is. It is.
They want that too. They want our soul and our navel and our DNA. That's what they want.
Right.
Enough of you didn't do that his ancestry thing. Now I'm gonna just tell you a little something. I really think that this is based on enough of you all didn't do that ancestry so they could catch your DNA, and so now they had to, okay, I'm done.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. That's the truth.
Yes.
She's awesome.
You all are a mess.
When you go in the hospital and they want to take your blood, same thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. That's why I don't even want to go to the doctor anymore.
Look, they asked me, after I had ISIS, they were like, what did you do with yourself? None of your business. Don't worry about that. And one time I had a miscarriage. They were like, what did you pass, ma'am? I said, I took care of it. Thank you. I told my mama, I didn't tell my mother what it was. She would have never did it. I asked the nurse for a container with a cover.
Yeah.
Told my sister to give this to mama, tell her to put it in the freezer when she get home. And they said, what? We need to have that. I said, well, it's gone. There's nothing you could do. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? It's gone.
They've been
Nope.
studying our melon for a long time, the
Yeah.
melon.
Yeah.
They turn out parts, everything.
Because I know a friend of mine, a labor delivery nurse. Now, I don't know if she was just playing dumb or was she really just ignorant to the information, but she was telling me, I was telling her how the oil of Olay, they're using our placenta for those facial creams and makeup and stuff. And so she says, hey, I said, they want our placenta. And she said, well, I don't know what her question was, but I told her, I said, since you don't know, I said, what do you do with it after you get it? We put it in the refrigerator. And I said, so what is refrigeration for? What is refrigeration used for?
All right now.
A great reveal.
What was her reply?
I don't remember because it just didn't. When she asked me that, I was like, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something is wrong.
Wow.
For her to ask me or say something, or maybe they're taught to not speak about certain things.
Exactly.
playing like. I was like, girl, you better get out of here.
I know that's right.
Don't play with me, huh?
Well, Elizabeth, it is 10 o'clock. We got 1 minute. So let's have some last minute conversations, comments, or
one word
of what you got out of this day. This has been awesome. And
appreciation.
Yeah.
Enlightenment.
Gratitude.
Live.
Power.
Knowledge.
Take care of your body.
Help.
Enlightenment.
Growth.
Encouragement.
Powerful.
Anyone else?
Belief.
Yes.
This was a good session.
Oh yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
all.
Thank you.
See you later.
Love you. Peace.
Love and blessings.
Have a divine day.
Okay.
Awesome day.
Yes, everybody.
Hug yourself. Hug yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Sure.
And I'm hugging you guys too.
All right. All right.
All right.
Big hug, big hug, big hug.
All right. So tomorrow, Mama Ayaba and Mama Awa, they're gonna come from left field. So let's get ready. And Empress, I haven't heard you talk this much. Oh, we got right into your passion, boy. You got
Yeah, I was,
right in there.
I was in my space this time where I could speak, so.
Yeah, and guess what? On Thursday, Fauna is going to be the special guest.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna see more than that square and the F on there. And when she come on, we're gonna see some light. We're gonna see her. My God, I'm so looking forward to this whole week. So thank you. You're so beautiful. And you
Thank
make my heart leap in joy and my baby. All right, Elizabeth, have a wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, you too. Everybody do that.
Fine day. All right.
Not now.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.